Georgetown ground, CIrrus November 713 Mike Papa, round complete.
CIrrus 713 Mike Pop, Georgetown ground, taxi Juliet, hold short 18.
Juliet, hold short, runway 18, 713 Mike Papa.
At that taxi check was you pretty much checking all your instruments. So normally I'll start from the airspeed.
Yep.
So airspeed should be showing 0. Unless we're getting faster than 22 knots on the ground, then it's going to display.
Right.
Artificial resonance up any rec, so blue over green or blue over brown, whatever your displays is. The altimeter is set to field elevation of not plus or minus 75 feet. So we're about 800, so we're 790, so we're good there.
Yep.
BSI shows 0. Makes sense, BSI is good there. HSI, do a little, some little fishtails here. Turn indicator should go the same direction. HSI should go the other direction, so we're good there. Then I would, as I do my airspeed, kind of peek down at these two as I do the other ones, just to correlate that stuff there. So you had 300.
Taxi back there.
Oh yeah.
About there a little bit. Yeah.
On 1574, Georgetown ground, taxi.
If this ever fails, your screen specifically, this knob, when you do the red button over here, doesn't work over here for the altimeter, so you have to use your standby.
Okay. I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah. CIrrus, they make some good airplanes, but sometimes the stuff you really want, you don't have it. So.
CIrrus 3 Mike Pop, cross runway 18, taxi Alpha to 18.
Cross runway 18, taxi Alpha to 18, 713 Mike Papa.
Alright, clear to the right, above and below, clear to the left. So you don't get blown off the runway from that guy's prop wash. Clear to the right, clear to the left, we're going to go to the left.
Georgetown ground, 29 Romeo Charlie, run up complete.
And November 29 Romeo, follow the CIrrus north on Alpha, runway 18, taxi via Alpha.
18 via Alpha, follow the CIrrus, 29 Romeo.
And 29 Romeo, what was your direction again, sir? I didn't write it down.
Oh, we headed east.
Eastbound, thanks.
Festive little tail wheel there.
Yeah.
Do your flow over here real quick to make sure we're configured before we contact tower. So boost pump confirm on.
Yep.
So mixture fullest, fullest tank.
Yep.
Mixture full rich.
Yep.
Flaps are set. Recirc.
Okay.
That guy goes off.
Yep.
Latch required. Mags are on both. Trim is set for takeoff. Feel free to hit your toga button beneath your throttle. When you get airborne, pitch for him right there until you clear CAPS altitude.
Okay.
As long as you have altitude set higher than where you currently are, it's going to pitch the purple chevron to higher above you.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I just
Georgetown
missed
Tower,
that.
Aerosol 120,
Sorry.
1.5
There you go.
miles northwest with Foxtrot inbound for full stop.
Aerosol 120, Georgetown Tower, squawk 0620.
Squawk 0620, Aerosol 120.
Georgetown Tower, Cirrus November 713, Mike Papa, holding short, runway 18.
160 Charlie, turn left, Julia, coming around.
29 Julia, contact ground, 60 Charlie.
Cirrus N120, enter left base, runway 18.
Left base, runway 18, Cirrus N120.
Cirrus N13, Mike Papa, proceed on course, runway 18, clear for takeoff.
Proceed on course, runway 18, 713, Mike Papa.
Ooh, centerline, I love it. Oh, don't. There you go. A little bit more right foot back in there.
Yep.
Georgetown Tower, Cessna 9129 Romeo.
Start pitching for that purple chevron.
Cessna 9129 Romeo, just start, proceed on course, runway 18, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 18 on course, 29 Romeo.
Oh, a little nose down. Going 85 knots or higher. We got a pretty good sync there.
Taxi.
Course 6 Charlie, just around.
There we go.
Alpha and Echo.
You always have that trim.
Yep.
Archer 554, runway 18, clear land. Archer 554, you start your turn to final, runway 18, clear land.
We're almost through CAPS altitude. 500 feet above is CAPS altitude for us. So there it is. Once you clear CAPS altitude, you can go a little nose down, just pitch for about 5 degrees of nose up. That usually keeps you about 105 knots, which gives you good cooling.
Turn on course.
Yep, you're ready whenever you are.
And taxi to self-serve fuel via hotel. Archer 554, runway 18, cleared land.
Archer 554, runway 18, cleared land.
I can just do direct enter, right?
You got it. Yep. Let's see. In your scoreboard, you have GPS set, autopilots engaged, level change is set to 98 for airspeed priority. You have altitude set for 4 or 5. All right.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
once you get that, go ahead and whenever you're done, you can do your climb checklist.
Georgetown Tower, Sun 871. We are 10 miles southeast of Georgetown, inbound for a full stop using info Foxtrot.
There you go. Go down one checklist. There we go.
Squawk 0614, 6, Aerosun 871.
Aerosun 871, enter left downwind, runway 18.
Aerosun 871, left downwind 18.
Great. I'll go ahead and start setting up over here.
Alrighty.
119, 425.
Aerosun 120, runway 18, clear land.
Clear to land, runway 18, Aerosun 120.
Okay, those are all set.
Alright.
You want me to put these on?
Sure. I can get your scan going a little bit.
Georgetown Tower, helicopter 127 Alpha Papa is 2 miles to the west for east ramp.
Helicopter 127 Alpha Papa, roger. Enter right downwind, runway 18.
Right downwind, runway 127 Alpha Papa, thank you.
Archer 554, contact ground.
Archer 554.
All right. So usually my flow is LLBB, which is Lima Lima Bravo Bravo. The first L is load. So load everything you can load in. That means your approach plate, your frequencies, nav aids of choice, the whole shebang.
So I didn't do the approach plate just because you hadn't given me the instructions yet.
Oh, gotcha. No,
So-
we're just good for right now.
Okay.
Yep. Let's
Do
go
I need to pretend like I'm talking to ATC?
Yep. So the ideas here would have been 7th Map Papa, when able, direct Lano, climb and maintain 4,500.
I'm in maintain 4,500, 713 Mike Papa.
Yep. Direct Lano.
Direct Lano, 713 Mike Papa.
There you go. All right. So in that case, you already have it configured. Autopilot set for that stuff there. Right now you've been talking with Austin approach, but then you get more near the tower right here, you'll get over to Houston Center at some point.
Right.
So this is showing frequencies. That's pretty all you're going to do now.
Yep.
Checklist was already done, so we're just waiting for the next checklist, which will be cruise checklist. Go ahead and start loading in your approach plate.
Okay. The approach plate that I think that we're going to fly.
Yep. So the VOR approach into that's what we're going to request from ATC.
I gotta get rid of something. So you want me to do it here or here?
Yep. You can still pull it up here.
Finals to vector or?
No, we'll do the initial approach fix.
Okay. Whoa. First time that's happened. Whoops.
Georgetown Tower, helicopter 127 Alpha Papa is clear of 18.
We're going to 127 Alpha Papa, roger. This is 120, hold short Alpha, contact ground.
Holding short Alpha, contact the ground, or
All right. Now is this, let's see here. Okay. So that one didn't send it up here, so we're actually going to have to create that on here then.
Right. Yeah, I will. Oops. Okay.
All right. It's going to do our cruise checklist whenever you're ready.
Okay.
All right. We loaded the approach plate in, so that you loaded in some frequencies. Also confirm your nav aids are loaded in too, like your VOR. The default, the CIrrus does do it by default, but just confirm that it did load it in.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, cool. So we've loaded everything we can load it in. We can listen to some things. We can listen to the weather, to the nav aid frequencies, the whole shebang.
Still kind of far out, I think.
Yeah, so I may not come in for right now. We can definitely try.
I'll go ahead and switch frequencies.
Yeah, let's put it on 122.8.
7, Taylor traffic.
Alright, listen to the weather if we can, listen to the navbays like the ILS, the VOR frequencies, localized frequencies, whatever we're using. So, in your CIrrus, yes, it does. When it pops up the identifiers, it does mean if you're receiving it properly, but your examiner may not know that. They may want to actually listen to the actual Morse code. So, for nav1, where we have the blue arrows, whenever you push the ID button, it's going to put the ID there. So we'll hit that there. And since this is nav1 that you're IDing, go ahead and hit nav1 on the audio panel. And then you go on your approach plate for the Morse code. Right. In that case, we've loaded, we've listened, weather not coming in yet, but we'll get it eventually. And the first B is brief the plate. So brief it how you're going to fly it.
Okay. I'm going to fly direct to the Llano VOR.
Okay.
And at some point, I'm going to descend down to 3,500.
Okay.
I don't know if you want that before or after.
It depends on who's over there.
I'm going to do a parallel approach. Then when I get back to the VOR, I'm going to descend down to altitude of 1720, which is my decision altitude. And on the radial, on the 89 degree radial towards the airport. And if I don't see the airport by Zamita, I'm going to go mist. And if I go mist, I'm going to climb 2200, left turn to 3500, direct to the Llano VOR. And if I see the runway, I'm going to circle to land while keeping the runway in sight at 1720.
Okay.
Currently on the runway 17.
Okay. I'm not going to expect you to know the safe distance for you, but in your CIrrus...
1.3.
Actually more.
Oh, is
so
it?
you're category B.
Yeah.
So which means it puts you as a default automatically at a 1.5 automatically.
Okay.
For standard circlings. When you have the bolded C, like yours does here,
yep.
You have expanding circling minimums, which means it pushes it to a 1.5 to a 1.6 or 7, depending on this altitude and MSL.
Okay.
So under the documents page, well actually we won't get back to Genesis, but it's going to increase it based off of the terrain here, which means this one actually should be about a 1.7, should be your new circling minimums, distance-wise from the airport to circle to 17 or 35.
Okay.
Okay. I like how you briefed it, but don't forget to brief it how you like what you're coming into. So the idea is, okay, today we're doing the VOR Alpha into Llano. My plates are valid from August 10th to September 7th. Today's September 1st, so we're good there. We're now being told to go direct to Llano. Eventually, I'm going to go join the approach at the vortex, so I'm going to join it from the initial approach mix. I'm going to do a parallel entry, which means I'm going to fly outbound on the 269 for about a minute and a half, depends on the winds. Do a left turn to re-intersect that 090 course back to the vortex. I'm then going to track the 090 to the vortex. Eventually, I will be down to a lower altitude whenever I'm being cleared for the approach, which would mean 3,500 feet. Would be my minimums there. 2 miles before I get to the vortex, I'm going to slow down from 120 down to 100 knots and go flaps 50, and then just maintain 50% flaps at 100 knots. Once I cross the vortex, I'm going to then descend down to my minimums of 1720. I have 6.5 miles to lose, roughly about 1,500 feet. You're correct. When it hits Zamata and have no sight of the runway, I'm going to go mist. When I go mist, this will be a climbing, this will be up to 2,200, and then do a climbing right turn direct to the vortex to hold. Given my side, this will be a teardrop entry. I'm going to go to the fix. I'm going to fly a heading of roughly 250. for about a minute, minute and a half, and then do a right turn to re-intersect that 090 to the VORTAC, and hold on the inbound course of 089, and holding for 1 minute for the inbound leg. That's kind of how you want to brief it there. And then I'm just going to do standard rate turns to the right, and then at some point I'll tell ATC what I'm going to do after I do my few laps there.
Okay.
The idea is you can brief it all in about a minute or so. So whenever you go home, start briefing plates, start a timer, see if you can actually brief it in about a minute.
Okay.
Now you briefing it may not be all at once, be doing a little piece here, going back to aviating, probably going to do some hand flying eventually with Wanda. So, and then you just do that for a little bit, give it a little bit of aileron to the right.
What's that?
It had a little arrow with the AIL for the ailerons to the right, so give it a little bit of aileron to the right.
Okay.
Your servos only do so much. Back to aviating for a little bit, then you go back to finishing your briefing your approach plate. Also peek at the notes. Circling runway 13 and 31 not authorized. That's a grass strip. Circling runway 35 is not authorized at night. Today's now we're in the daytime, so not a factor for us. When the local altimeter setting is not received, use Bernice altimeter and increase my MDA by 80 feet. If the weather doesn't come in, I'm going to increase my minimums of 1720 plus 80, which means I have a hard deck of now of 1,800 feet as my hard deck. Assuming that we peaked at the takeoff minimums and the alternate minimums, if they did apply to us for takeoffs here, we'd apply those to address. If you're using this airport as an alternate, this specific approach specifically will adhere to those alternate requests. Usually, the alternate ones is when the local weather is not received, you can't use it as an alternate. If it's closed at night for the tower, can't use it as an alternate for the specific approach, not the airport, but the approach itself. So.
Coleman traffic, experimental Charlie.
All right.
Okay.
So it was coming in the weather a little bit.
Downwind 16.
Peak gust 15 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition clear below 12,000. Temperature 3 Celsius. Dew point 13 Celsius. Altimeter 300. 4 inches of mercury. Remarks. Density altitude 3500.
Lano Municipal Airport.
Automated weather observation 154. 9er Zulu. Wind 190 at 8 knots. Peak gust 15 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition clear below 12,000. Temperature 3 Celsius. Dew point 13 Celsius. Altimeter 300. 4 inches of mercury. Remarks. Density altitude.
There we go. Now I did goof. I didn't brief the VORTAC one. So when I go from doing the VR approach until I know my plates are valid, my VORTAC, when I'm briefing, I'm kind of confirming stuff's in there.
Right.
So VORTAC on 108.2, I have it set. It was actually defaulted here to both my active size of nav1 and nav2 receivers.
Yep.
My approach course is going to be a 089. There is no landing distance or touchdown zone of distance available. This is a circling approach. It doesn't give me any kind of runway information. Elevation is 1,100 feet, so we'll keep that in mind. AWAS frequency is 119.425. We already have that in. We just picked up the weather already. Right now, you actually will be talking to Houston Center on 132.35, if I had to guess.
Yep.
Unicom, we already have it loaded in on 123.05 as our standby. So hypothetically, we'd have Houston Center here, and then we'd have Unicom in there set as a default, just to swap it when we get handed over to their frequency there.
Yep.
And then I would go into briefing where I'm at. Coming from the east, this will be a visa parallel entry, so I'm going to fly to the fix once I've been cleared for the approach. Track outbound on the 269 for about a minute, minute and a half, depends on the winds. We have actually have direct crosswinds, so. We'll use GPS to get ourselves turned around and get ourselves coming back. But with this being a VOR approach, we have to use the correct nav aid source on our HSI to do the approach. Which means before you cross back over that VORTAC for the second time for the final approach fix VORTAC now, make sure you're already green needle and you have it set your head above because you're going to be in that cone of confusion to track it until you get over that cone of confusion.
Right. Yep.
So now just kind of chilling, so we get about there. Okay, so 7-3 map Papa, say your request into Lano.
We'd like to, 713 Mike Papa, we'd like to do the VRA approach into Lano.
Roger, 7-3 map Papa, when able, direct Lano VOR to join the approach.
Direct Lano VOR to join the approach, 713 Mike Papa. So go to procedure, activate approach, flight plan. Alright, so it's already set, right?
Yep, because how you loaded it in, you already had a set initial approach fix, so it's worked out in your favor. 713 Mike Papa, when able, descend down to 4,000.
Send down to 4,000, 713 Mike Papa.
Comanche clear 19 at Delta. Traffic helicopter 330 Juliet, short final 17 Taylor. Burnett, traffic helicopter 57499 is approximate 4 miles west of Exani, inbound on the practice RNAV, runway 19 approach, Burnett. Runway 14.
No, you can cruise in flight, you can go as fast as you want. Once you actually get within the approach, just find a passing, it's going to give you about 120. You got it.
Delta crossing midfield at 1,000 feet. Taylor.
The idea is here, do you want to attempt to hand fly for a little bit once you get over the vortex, or do you want to, I'll probably do it, and you can do a little bit of hand flying on the next approach.
Yeah, let's hand fly the next one.
Okay.
Traffic helicopter 830 go.
All right, we've loaded, we've listened, we've briefed the plate. Last thing you have up for that last B is the B for landing checklist. You have two of them. You have the descent, then you have the landing checklist.
Okay.
Taylor, traffic for Juliet Delta on final for 17 Taylor.
So do the descent now,
Yep,
or?
go ahead.
Altimeter is 4.
We'll also do your standby one too. There's a good chance you're going to get a partial panel. The idea is if you already have it set, it's good practice. Do you do one, you do the other.
Landing light.
Go ahead and go land light on. Now here says fuel system just check. This means just make sure you're in the fullest tank and that you have good fuel flow.
Alright, I'm going to go and
Yep, let's go and switch it.
Can I go ahead and leave that on or turn it off?
I can turn it off. We're still kind of cruising right now. Make sure it says here as required. We're still kind of cruising, so we're okay. And then you can just check your brake pressure.
69 West, left downwind for runway 19, burning.
All right. Let's switch over to the Unicom 123.05.
Okay, switching to Unicom 12305, 713 Mike Papa.
All right.
Do you want me to, or you?
Yeah, I got you here for this one. Lando traffic, Sierra 73 Mike Papa is overflying the airport about 1 mile to the east, going west at 4,000. We'll be setting up for the VO approach. Lando traffic.
Lando traffic, Roger, A18901, turning right base, runway 17. Lando traffic.
Oh, that plane?
Yeah, there's two guys down there.
Charlie is Skyhawk 172, about 5 to the northwest. We are positioning for an extended left base, runway 17, Lando.
All right. The good thing for you, your airpin does actually underlay the VR approach with the 2 indication automatically, so we already have it set for you.
Okay.
That when you switch over CDIs to the green needle, it defaults first to nav 1, which I already have you set on course. With these VOR approaches, the biggest thing is give yourself distance to get yourself turned around. They're giving you a teardrop, which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Some people actually like teardrops. You get one less turn in it, so.
Lano traffic, Marin 64 Whiskey Romeo is clear of runway 17 Lano.
All right.
Down traffic, clearing the charge 5 miles to the north, straight in runway 17 Lano.
All right. This next call is going to sound like this. It's going to be, all right, 73 Mike Papa, you are 6 miles east of the Lano Vortex. You are cleared for the VOR approach into Lano. After completion of your approach, come back to me.
Vertical track.
713 Mike Papa, cleared for the VOR approach into Lano. Upon completion of the approach, we'll come back to your frequency. 713 Mike Papa.
All right.
That would be ATC.
Uh-huh. I haven't quite handed you off yet. The idea is right now we're still talking to Houston Center.
Right.
Eventually they'll hand you off and they'll tell you again, hey, after completion of your approach, come back to me. All right. So whenever you're clear for the approach, that means you can now follow the approach blades. I didn't give you any altitude restrictions. I didn't say cross the Lano Vortex at or above 4,000 and then you're clear for the approach. I just said you're clear for the approach.
All right, so I can go ahead and descend.
Yep, you're going to at least another 500 feet for what your approach place says for that course reversal there.
Lano traffic, Archer 81891, departing to the east. Lano traffic.
Lano traffic, beginning maturity is about 2.5, straight in runway 17 Lano.
Lano traffic, Cirrus 713 Mike Papa is over the Lano Vortex, setting up the view approach into Lano.
Lano traffic, beginning maturity is the 2-mile final, runway 17 Lano, full stop.
So once I get on the inbound leg, that's when I can throw the flaps in, right? I wouldn't want to do that now, right?
No, I wouldn't do it now. Unless you're like super, super close to something, maybe, but if you have the time on your side, I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Okay.
That would you get yourself stabilized, you know, tracking towards that next point in your on your course line.
Right.
Let's see.
And you said switch the CDI once I cross Lano, or?
before you cross the vortex to go back towards the airport, it has to be the green needle.
Right. So at some point on the inbound leg.
You got it.
LLO.
All right, once you cross that vortex, what's your next altitude that you're going to go down to?
1720.
Yep, you can go ahead and bug that now. Airplane's going to keep it here at 35 until you tell it to descend. And if you want to, feel free to do your last checklist, your GUMPS checklist, since it's getting kind of close to the approach itself.
Okay. Sure, fuel pump. This is required. Okay.
We'll go boost pump on if you don't mind. Go. All right. And you're a little fast, so a little bit of power back. There we go.
It's kind of gusty.
A little bumpy. The sun's coming up. All right, once you're set it up on here, if you want to use it, if you want to still track it, you're going to have to
Go ahead and do
so go ahead and push head and bug here first. All right, let's go ahead and swap over your CDI. Now re-hit nav again to track the VOR. And go flaps 50. Uh-huh.
Go down to...
So you're about 1.4. So this one should not keep us in the hole. It should take us forward again.
Okay. So should I fly it down or?
Nope, you're okay for right now. You can do autopilot down to minimums.
Okay.
I know you're in that cone of confusion, so it's tracking just that course. So
why is it not going VOR?
It is.
Okay.
You're over the vortex, so there's kind of confusion.
Oh yeah.
You're in that weird zone. All right, you just crossed it, so then you vertical speed and go down. Default maybe 500 to 600 feet per minute, so to about 6 miles.
Okay.
Lano traffic, Sierra 713 map Papa is about 6 miles to the west, inbound on the VOR approach, Lano.
You get too fast, yep, a little bit power back. All right, we're at 3,000, going down to 1720. The idea is have like an internal kind of countdown for you to verbalize to you, whoever you're flying with, so you know when to begin looking outside.
Yep.
You need about 500 feet above your minimum, start looking outside to hypothetically look for the airport.
Okay.
All right, here's 4.1 to go. About 1,000 feet left to lose.
Lano traffic, Sierra 713 map Papa is about 4 miles to the west, inbound the VOR approach into Lano. We'll be going mist towards the east over the airport at 1800, Lano.
All right, 3 miles to go. So take off your foggles right now. I'm going to show you how these are approaches designed. This is a 1.3, so this is a 1.7 circling. So when this one here says 1.7, you could hypothetically begin your circle left or right for the runways of your choice. 1.7 would be us going to the left turn. To go 3.5 would be us going to the right turn.
Right.
So here's 2.3.
Okay.
And the idea is you want to be down at minimums before you actually hit that one. You're okay for right now. we actually were going to do a circle, you actually have less than the 5 point whatever to get down. You want to be leveled out and flying straight, so we could actually just circle left or right.
All right, I'm at 1.7.
Yep, so here's actually where you actually would be. We're also 300 feet too high, so
You're right.
we could circle here and go around left or right at the altitude there.
Okay, so go ahead.
Nope, you're good. We could keep flying here.
Okay.
All right, go and disengage your autopilot. We're going to hand fly down here to about 1720. Keep tracking your course there a little bit.
Lano traffic, Sierra 713 Papa is 1 mile to the west. We'll fly the airport at 1800 feet, going mist towards the east, Lano.
Runway in sight.
Yep. So here, you're
Minimums.
good. Nope, just fly straight.
Oh, we're flying over?
So, yep. So let's get back up to 1720.
All right, I thought we were turning
No. We've done it before, so get back up to 1720.
Yep.
All right, so now we're going to go mist. So we're going to cram, so full power.
Oh, okay.
And then climb. So hit your toga button to help pitch for about 7.5 degrees. There you go.
I thought we were going to overfly the runway.
We'll go back up to 3.5. So cram, climb, clean. You're fast enough to get those flaps out. 85 knots or higher.
Yep.
Cram, climb, clean, click. You just did your toga there, so we're good. And then call would be Lano traffic going mist. So
Lano traffic, Sierra 713 Papa is overflying the airport at 1800. We'll be departing to the east. 1800, climbing back to 3000. Lano.
all right.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right, so now I need to clear this out.
Nope, don't do that. Do it down here to remove approach. If you were to go mist, and you want to publish mist, you did that, you delete everything in the flight plan.
Okay.
Alright, so now you can go type in destination, type in Burnett's.
Oh. Hey. Oops.
Lano traffic, RV928 Victor Lima is 5 miles
B.
southwest and down for landing over 17. Lano traffic.
Yeah, we're good there. Alright, let's go and load that night approach.
Okay. Runway 19.
Uh-huh. We're gonna do, let's see, be Axani, because we're coming from the west side.
Okay.
Jib job is way up top. And I can go to Goose Springs, so yeah, be over here at Axani.
Okay.
That'd be initial approach fix there. And whatever the minimums were on that approach plate.
$19.40.
Let's go and just activate that.
Okay.
Alright, let's go ahead and hit nav. Go and do your cruise checklist.
Lano traffic, RV928 Victor Lima is entering a right downwind for runway 17. Lano traffic.
Fuel pump.
Alright, so we loaded that in. Let's go and see if we can load anything else in.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I'm gonna go up 500 feet.
119.925.
You're gonna give it a little small climb rate up.
to south. Burn.
3,300.
Burnett Municipal Airport, Cape Craddock Field.
Automated weather observation.
You're okay. We have enough power to get up.
10 Zulu. Wind 170 at 05. Visibility 10.
7 miles to the
Sky condition clear. Temperature 32 Celsius. Dew point 16 Celsius. Altimeter 3007. Remarks. Density altitude 3,300.
Burnett Municipal Airport, Cape Craddock Field.
Automated weather observation 1611 Zulu. Wind variable at 05. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear.
Alright, so we loaded in the approach plate, loaded in frequencies, we got the way it listened, we just got the weather. This is GPS approach, there is no Morse code for GPS, so it's really just listening for the weather. Then we can brief the plate.
So we are going to do the RNAV for runway 19 at Burnett. We've already checked weather at 119.925. Variable at 5 knots. 3007 the altimeter. Our CTAF is 1228. And we're going to fly to, we're flying direct to Izani. And we'll be at 3500. Then we fly to Mallory at 3500 down to our final approach fix at Holmes at 2600. We can descend down to 2060. For some reason, 1940.
For which one?
For the minimums.
Yeah,
oh, it is 1940.
I was like, mine was 1940.
Yeah. I was getting confused there for a second. All right, to our minimums of 1940. If we don't see the runway by 1940, we are going to go miss. We are doing the, so this is the GPS, but we're doing this with LNAV. So this is a precision approach then, right?
This one's not precision, this is step down. Yep, so we're going to do pull power, get down, pull power, get down, pull power, and get down.
Okay. It's the LNAV with LPV or
LNAV / VNAV.
VNAV, that's it, yep. Okay, so this is non-precision approach. And we'll pull power, get down to 2600, pull power, get down to 2060. Leag, and then pull power, get down to 1940. Where we'll stay until we see the runway or we'll go mist. We have to go mist. We're going to climb 3100 direct Fenty. Then on track 184 to Amuse.
Yep. Now Amuse isn't the actual, there's no hold at Amuse, it's just a waypoint to go to somewhere else. There's no little racetrack around that, so.
Okay.
That might be like a hold at Amuse on the blah 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 radial or whatever case may be. So, alright. We've loaded, we listen, we brief the plates, then B for line and checklists. So your checklist, your descent and your GUMPS checklist essentially.
I'll be number 2 to land.
Okay, altimeter set. Landing light is still on, I didn't take it off.
Yep.
Fuel systems checked. Mixture as required. Brake pressure. Before landing, go ahead and do it.
Sure, if you have a minute before you get in the heart of the approach.
Lockhart traffic, Scout 5124 Juliet, left crosswind 18. Traffic,
seatbelts on, fuel pump.
We'll come over midfield, enter left downwind for runway 17, Brownwood traffic.
Go ahead and put it on now.
You're gonna be to Exani about a minute. Then you're gonna go 6 miles, which might be about maybe 2-3 minutes. So you can probably wait till you get on Exani to Delora Lake.
Runway 19, full stop. Full stop or touch and go. We'll be touch and go.
Alright.
We'll just wait.
So this call here would have been that, 7th Map Papa will enable direct to Exani to join the RNAV 19 approach into Burnett.
direct to Exani for the RNF or 19 into Burnett. 713 Mike Papa.
Lockhart traffic, Skyhawk 9561 Victor, approximately 4 miles east of the field, entering on a 45 left downwind, runway 18 Lockhart.
Alright, trying to be ready for your foggles. Do a little bit of hand flying here. When we get to Izani, I'll let you disengage autopilot and do a little bit of flying.
Turn and final runway 1. House 5124 Juliet on the left downwind for runway 18. Lockhart traffic.
Bravo traffic, Cherokee 56525, close by.
Go back to your flight plan here.
November 17 Echo Echo. We're about 10 miles to the north, be a straight in for runway 17 Horseshoe Bay.
So usually I do all this stuff 2 miles from funnel.
That's fine.
Mix.
Yeah,
Exactly.
as long as you don't forget.
Okay. But I mean, I'm okay with going and putting it in now.
I'll let you pick. I'll let you pick your poison.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put it in. That way it's one less thing to worry about.
There's lots of radio traffic up here.
When you're ready, let's do a little bit of hand flying. I'll let you disengage autopilot.
And we're going to be there in about 45
Do our best to kind of. Now you're tracking a course of roughly 103 from Izani to Delora.
We're going to enter the 45 to downwind for runway 16 forwarding.
The best we can to hold altitude.
Burnett traffic, Sierra 7 map Papa setting up for the RNAV 19 approach into Burnett, just cross Exani, Burnett traffic.
Horseshoe Bay, November 117 Echo Echoes with you about a 5 mile straight in 17 Horseshoe Bay.
Lockhart traffic, Skyhawk 9561 Victor, 4.5 miles.
The good thing about this being a GPS approach, the GPS says turn. You know, just turn when it says turn now.
Alright. Cleveland Travis traffic 247 out of Mike on a 4 miles final runway 15 touch. Downwind traffic 51.
And when you cross Delora, we need to descend down. The 2600, so always kind of keep yourself ahead of the game a little bit with having you set lower here so we know where you should be stopping at. So now you're heading to Delora, but you'd be Delora to Hone, so that's your next altitude is be 2600 there.
Right. Yep.
Vertical track.
Just ignore that.
Yo, traffic helicopter 830 Juliet, final for 17.
341 Whiskey just off runway 17. We'll be turning left crosswind for left closed traffic on 17 Brownwood.
Spicewood traffic, Cherokee 6869 Whiskey, 10 miles to the northeast for runway 17, Spicewood.
Burnett traffic, Sierra 73 map Papa, 10 mile long final on the RNAV 19 approach into Burnett. Burnett traffic.
Lockhart traffic, Skyhawk 9561 Victor, entering left downwind.
Bravo traffic, Cherokee 5.
Alright, once you cross Delora, there you go.
From the north inbound.
So we're going to get a descent going. Just nothing faster than 1,000 feet. Anything beyond that can be considered unsafe. Usually we have it pitching right about the 2.5-degree nose down. Is about 500 to 700 feet depending on what the nose is doing.
And Horseshoe Bay traffic, November 117 Echo Echoes with you, 2 mile final runway 17 Horseshoe Bay.
Alright, you got 4.6 miles to go, about another 800 feet to lose.
Taylor traffic helicopter 830 Juliet, departing in the crosswind to the northwest, Taylor.
Yep, there's your course right there in the middle, looking really good.
Burnett traffic, Sierra 73 map Papa, 8 mile long final on the runway 19 for the RNAV approach, Burnett.
McGregor traffic, Harvey 943 Mac Alpha, 4 miles to the east, entering the left downwind for 17 McGregor.
There we go. 200 feet to go.
Lockhart traffic, Skyhawk 9561 Victor, turning left base, runway 18, touch and go, Lockhart.
Got about 0.7 to go. We'll configure for flaps 50, so kind of your best to hold about 120. If you like 115 or 120, anywhere between is fine.
Okay.
McGregor traffic, RV 943.
Just for sure nothing slower than 115.
Enter left downwind for 17, McGregor.
Lockhart traffic, Skyhawk 5124 Juliet, left downwind, 18 Lockhart.
Alright, you can use that balloon toward your advantage.
Yep.
Horseshoe Bay,
Alright, we got 0.6 to go. We'll go down to our next minimums, which would be 2060.
Vertical track.
Bravo traffic, Turkey 56525.
I'm gonna ignore your glide slope there.
Okay.
Bravo traffic.
McGregor traffic, RV 943, my compass, enter the left downwind for 17, McGregor. Lockhart traffic, Skyhawk 5124 Juliet is on the left downwind for runway 18, touching go, Lockhart traffic.
Don't descend just yet.
Oh, I thought I was there.
Nope, you're not. We got 0.1, almost alright. Just okay to stay here for a little bit. Now you can go and descend down to 2060.
Maneuvering east of Granger, 5,500, 3 miles east, Taylor. Special traffic, Cherokee 6869 Whiskey, 5 miles to the northwest. Be
About a mile and a half to get down. Another 300 feet.
Left downwind for 17.
Nothing faster than 1,000.
Burnett traffic, Sierra 73 Map Papa, 3 mile final on runway 19 for the RNAV approach, Burnett.
Lockhart traffic, Skyhawk 5124 Juliet, left base, 18, let's go, Lockhart.
McGregor traffic, RV.
Looking good.
My compass, turn left base for 17, McGregor. Taylor traffic, Twin Cessna 421 Lima Yankee. We're
Now we'll go down to
about 4 miles
minimums.
to the southwest, descending out of 2,500 for the right 17, Taylor.
So it's not too much, maybe,
Yeah.
100 feet.
Alright.
Minimums.
Can I pull these off?
Yep, so pull up your foggles. I want you to maintain 1940 for me. Alright. There's a reason why you have a VDP, okay, visual descent points, right?
Yep.
Now, LEIG is a unpublished VDP, essentially, but we'll just maintain 1940. When you go miss over those numbers, there's no way in hell you can do normal maneuvers to land, take advantage of this airport. You're 700 feet too high, you're going 100 knots, you're still in the soup, whatever case may be.
Yeah.
So this is why the published VDPs or give you a point that says, hey, if you have side of the airport, if you follow me down roughly 3 degrees, I'll give you normal maneuvers to land.
Are we going missed?
Yeah, we will. We'll go missed. We'll do a, we'll kind of fly here till we go missed.
A little low, so I would have failed.
No, it's okay. Got 0.5 to go.
I would never try to land on this right
There's no way you could do it. There's no way.
Yeah.
All right, tip, so cram, so full power. Start climbing for about 700 degrees of nose up. You're fast enough, you're above 85 knots, flaps come up to 0. So cram, climb, clean, click, you just did your toga. Call would be Burnett traffic going missed. Going back up to 4,000. Hit your toga button again. There you go. So cram, climb, clean, click, call. That's fine. And we'll start pitching back up to 4,000. When you hit 2,200, give me a climbing left turn to a heading of 360. We'll do a climbing left turn to 360.
Final 17 Taylor.
Aircraft on final for Burnett, where are you?
Burnett traffic, Sierra 7 Map Papa is upwind of 19, departure to the east, then north, Burnett traffic.
So traffic, KG 6869 Whiskey, Bill still west to east, doing a right teardrop to the left downwind for 17.
Now we'll keep ourselves climbing up.
Burn it, traffic, command
Standard rate turn.
Papa's departing 19.
Standard rate, a little slower.
Burn it.
There we go.
Taylor traffic, back is departing pattern.
Alright, feel free to get autopilot on this heading.
Autopilot.
Uh-huh. Alright.
Sky 5124 Juliet, left crosswind 185.
Let's go ahead and remove the approach only to give you some more space inside here.
Okay. So that would be menu.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Alright. So we're going to go hold at Kala. Now Kala is just a waypoint.
Okay.
She going to put it right here at the bottom of a muse. Oops.
Okay.
It's Kilo Alpha Lima Lima Alpha. And enter. Alright. I want you to hover over Kala, then hit the menu button. We're going to do hold at waypoint, then enter. Now I want you to hold north of Kala on the 360 radial.
So that would be outbound or
so it'll be opposite. Yep. So it'll be 180.
oh, okay.
I want you to hold north of Kala. So here's Kala. Here's your inbound course.
Right.
I'm giving you the radial. Yep. So this is north.
Okay.
And we're going to do distance. I'm sorry. And we'll do 4 nautical miles.
Okay.
It will be standard, so we'll keep it as right here. No EFC time, so we're okay right now. So you can just load it in.
Okay.
All right. Now looking at your map here, where is Kala to us? You can look up this too if you'd like to.
Look for it.
Yep. So here's your hold you just created.
Okay. Yeah. It's behind us.
Yep. So the idea is whenever I tell you to go direct to Kala, what kind of entry is it going to be?
It's going to be a direct.
Yep. All right. So 73 Map Papa, when able direct to Kala, I want you to hold 4 nautical miles, standard turns.
887 to Papa, turning left downwind, runway
Direct to,
full stop.
when I get a chance, direct to Kala, hold north of Kala, standard turns, 4 nautical mile legs, 713 Mike Papa.
So for you, if you want to, do a cruise checklist here,
okay,
or you can get yourself going there, either or.
Lockhart traffic, Sky 5124 Juliet. Feel for the right downwind for 15, please.
Okay.
All right, we'll go put direct to Kala.
Okay.
Lockhart traffic, Sky 5124 Juliet, final 18, set to go, Lockhart.
Traffic, Mount 1 trailing tangos on left downwind for runway 15, Coleman, full stop.
All right, go put your foggles back on here.
Okay. Okay.
Alright. So whenever we Whenever we use distance, it's pretty easy for us to use distance. Whenever we hit KAQO, we'll just do center rate turn to the right.
Yep.
We'll go out 4 nautical miles, and we'll just turn back, and that's going to be us holding there, right?
Yep.
But eventually, we are going to do also some timed legs. So I'm just going to have you disengage autopilot and actually hand fly it.
Okay.
Burn it, traffic, Comanche, left base, runway 19er, full stop. Burn it.
All right, the idea is here is pick your passing. You want to be about 120 knots when you come to that hold.
Cleveland traffic, Cessna 733, Uniform Delta crossing over midfield. We'll be making a left teardrop for the right downwind for 15, moving.
Spicewood traffic, Cherokee 6869 Whiskey, clear the runway. Spicewood.
All right.
Burn it, traffic, Comanche 8872 Papa.
So once I enter the hold,
runway 19er,
it'll continue to hold till I
burn it.
hit suspend, right?
Right until you unhit suspend. If you had, KAQO hold and it says KGTU, it would never take you there because it's going to keep you here as a default automatically until you unsuspend it.
Right.
So then you would either unsuspend it when it ever completed its lap, taking you back to KAQO for that completion of the hold. It would then turn you direct to Georgetown. Or you could force it through by just going direct enter to force it out of the hold.
Traffic, Cherokee 346
Alright.
direct crossing 16.
So we got about 3 minutes, about 6.7 miles to go. So we're going to do a direct entry.
Cleveland traffic, Cessna.
Now in the holds, whenever you go missed, whether you're doing a unpublished hold or you're doing an actual missed approach procedure, and then you go missed and hold is published, you're holding for 2 reasons. Well, a few reasons actually. One, you're doing it for practice for currency. 2, you just realized that the ATIS was wrong, that the airport you wanted to go to, the clouds were too low. You couldn't get out of the clouds. So now you have to hold here to get yourself reconfigured to go to your alternate airport. The biggest thing is whenever you're done aviating, think about your cruise checklist, conserve that fuel. If the winds were shifting, stronger headwinds than what you accounted for, you're using more fuel. And the idea is, if you can't make it to your alternate, you're going to be in deep doo-doo.
Right down 116, going to be departing to the north, full ready.
So if you didn't think you could make it to your alternate, would you break, would you try to live? Or would you, that's a tough question, right?
So you have
as a pilot.
So you have what the examiners want to hear from you. The idea is you never would have left the ground without having enough adequate fuel to get there and beyond that. In real world, if you decided to not have enough fuel or just, maybe poor planning of fuel,
right.
Depending on how low the clouds might have been, if they're extra 100 feet lower, you could try to come down and land, go below 100 feet, but you better know your terrain very well to make sure you're not going to hit a tower or a building. The idea is those MDAs or decision altitudes are there because they're giving you buffer for obstacles beneath you.
Right. I've just seen a lot of stuff, the flight stuff where I've seen, well-trained instrument pilots running out of fuel. And
oh, yeah. There's no doubt about that. People think, oh, the airplane's going to make it, but if they're not on top of their fuel mixture, using the fuel as required, they have it, their throttle set higher than what they thought they were going to cruise for. For here, you've been having to cruise around 70% power, 75% power, which is fine. But if you do your calculations at a 65% power setting and you're over here burning 75, you're definitely burning more fuel than what you intended on.
Right.
Now, if you're a good pilot and notice that you're getting low on fuel, you may want to break off and go somewhere else that's not part of your flight plan to go pick up some fuel. And then just close your flight plan and refile somewhere else. And then get back in the air, then go back to your destination you wanted to go to.
Definitely hitting some thermals. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
it's going up and down.
It's about the time of the day, start hitting some thermals.
In a right downwind for 17 Taylor at 1,000 feet. 430 traffic, Cherokee 2160 Romeo.
Now since we did let autopilot flash for a little bit here, when you're on the fix end,
yep,
whichever one comes last, either a beam to fix or wings level, you then start your timer. Okay. When you're on the non-fix end, the moment you go wings level to track back inbound, you just start your timer. Okay. Now your airplane does have some lovely bearing pointers. For now it is set to call it under GPS, but if you hit the PFD options there, and right now that's bearing pointer number 1. That turned it off there, so hit it again. So then you have back to Llano, which is nav 1. If you hit bearing point number 1 again, it cycles through to nav 2. You hit it again, then it goes to GPS.
Okay.
Ocean Bay traffic, citation 575.
That's when we
said start the timer where? Or right up here?
Whenever you're on the fix end, this little roundabout right here,
yeah,
either wings level or beam to fix, whichever one comes last, you then start your timer.
Okay. So like now, right?
So we went wings level. We're not quite at beaming it yet, but now you have a from indication. There's your to indication. Now you can start your timer. Now you have the same arrows on the same side. When they, on the same side, that's your to indication.
Burnett traffic, Sierra 713 Papa is holding over Kala 8 miles east at 4,000 of the airport. Burnett.
All right.
Already traffic.
2 miles.
9 hotels entering the left down or the right downwind for runway 16.
368 Charlie is 5.
Most default approaches for GPS have you holding either 4 or 6. I didn't see anything else other than 4 and 6 on all the approaches I've done.
Miles to the north of the field, practice RNAV, straight in for runway 17, going miss, Taylor.
The airplane here is calculating just distance. It's not keeping track of anything for the winds.
So traffic,
So.
102, emergency descent over Granger, simulated Taylor.
The idea is in this turn, when you were hand flying using time, you would turn first and then just reset your timer back to 0. But whenever you went wings level only on this side, you could then just start your timer.
Bulverde traffic, Archer 1029 Hotel, turning right base for only 16, Bulverde. Traffic, Air track 101 is 3 miles north of Granger Lake, maneuvering at 3,500, descending, propeller off stalls. Taylor traffic.
Bulverde traffic, Cherokee 6066, whiskey, 2 miles to the east.
Taylor traffic,
to the west.
Taylor traffic, check 102 is about 3 miles northeast of Granger, descending to 3,100. Taylor traffic.
McGregor traffic, Premier 368 Charlie, 2 mile final runway 17, record.
Final traffic, Cherokee.
And then here, wings level, you start your timer. Essentially in the hold, you're doing those 5 T's. So we're turning first, and then we're timing, or at least resetting it back to 0. So turn, time, and then we're twisting usually an OBS knob if we do like a VOR hold or something to get the proper, 2 from indications. Turn, time, twist, and then we're throttling to maintain 120. And then we're tracking the course we need to be tracking, either outbound or inbound. My instructor added in a 6th T. It just means talk. Sometimes when you do your teardrop, your parallel, Approach is like, hey, when you're established in the hold, let me know. That means you doing your teardrop, you doing your parallel is not established. When you get yourself turned back around, you come back in and you cross your fix, then you're established in the hold. Then you'd be like, hey, you know, Houston Center, South Papa established in the hold over Kala at 4,000. Maybe like, Roger, no, current time is this, expect an EFC at this time. Or hey, whenever you're done practicing, let me know and I'll let you go on to the next airport you're going to go to.
EFC stands for what again?
Expect further clearance.
Okay.
Yep.
Overflying Ranger east to west.
That means to like head on to Georgetown and say.
Yep. The idea is like, hey, look, you're going to hold here until I tell you otherwise. You can expect a call from me at this hour on Zulu. If that time has surpassed and I haven't made contact with you, it's our way to know, hey, you know, approach, did you forget about us? You know, it's past your EFC time for us. They're humans, they're going to make mistakes.
Right.
Coast County traffic, Postal 991 Juliet, 10 miles to the west.
All right.
For the midfield for left downwind runway 14 Coast County.
Traffic, Cherokee 701 for Whiskey.
You want to do some hand flying a little bit? We're going to try to track it for a minute on the inbound. We've got some about 8 knot wind, shouldn't be too bad. So we'll disengage, go and reset your timer back to 0. And there's your 2 front flag flips, so standard rate turn. Judging by the headwind we just had coming inbound, means we're going to have a tailwind going outbound. So maybe 45 seconds for that first outbound leg. We'll see what that does for us.
17, Taylor.
Burnett traffic, CIrrus 713 my Papa is 8 miles east of Burnett, holding over Kala at 4,000. Burnett traffic.
So traffic check 102, overflying the north end of Granger, east to west, 4,000. Taylor.
Across 3 miles south of the field.
Try to hold 4,000, so a little nose down. There we go.
Taylor traffic, Cherokee 701 for Whiskey is 4 miles to the north. Practice RNAV 17, then going miss at 1,500.
Alright. So we just crossed the fix, but not quite wings level yet. So now wings level, start your timer.
Traffic check 101 is on the south end of Granger Lake at 3,800.
Maintain about 120 knots at 4,000. If you see this begin to come on in here, that means you're getting too close. You actually want to go away from it.
Right downwind 17 will be at 1,100. Looking out for the traffic coming in for the RNAV.
Thank you, 1 for Whiskey.
To the east, inbound with leak gauge down.
Using the whole
45 seconds?
Yeah, about 45 seconds.
Traffic, Cherokee 701 for Whiskey is at 1,100, 3 miles north of the
Just standard rate turn. There we go.
At 17, then going back to Taylor.
And Horseshoe
A little
Bay,
bit less.
117 Echo Echo, be a left-hand downwind departure to the north.
A little too fast. There you go. Usually it's about 20 degrees of bank if you're holding 120 knots. The standard rate turn is proportional to your airspeed. The faster you go, the faster the bank. The slower you are, the shallower the bank. That's standard rate. You want to overcorrect, just hold it through. Alright, we'll start your timer. Start tracking your course. Oops. There it goes. It's okay, we're about 5 seconds behind, no big deal. But to take that into consideration.
701 for Whiskey. Departing to the northwest, southwest, practice RNAV 140.
Taylor traffic, helicopter 860 Victor Alpha on base, final 417 Taylor.
Using the holds, you're also getting the weather, and you're loading in approach plates, briefing plates in the whole shebang. About 15 seconds to go, about half a mile. No, I think 45 seconds actually might work out for us on the outbound. 10 seconds left to go. And now you have a 2 indication.
Yep.
There's cold coming around you. Yeah. Pretty spot on. As long as that wind velocity doesn't change, if we don't pick up winds or decrease those winds.
Traffic, left pattern 19, burn it.
Taylor traffic, helicopter 860 Victor Alpha on final for 17, via simulated engine failure, recovery to the numbers, Taylor.
Standard rate. A little fast. There we go. All right, we still have the from indication. The bearing pointer is almost perpendicular to us. There's that flag flip. Let me start the timer.
279 Charlie Fox is we're back in the coming back in the pattern here. We're about 10 miles.
You already hit it once.
West, descending out of 3,000 for a right downwind for 15 Cleveland. Who's in the path?
Whoa.
Oh, there we go.
Tracking my altitude.
Traffic of the pattern to Cleveland, please advise. All right, keep an eye out for us, guy on the right, wind 15 at Cleveland, because we're at 3,000 and roughly about 7 miles to the west. So we're going to be probably be ahead of you.
All right.
Oops, sorry.
Burn it, traffic, Garmin 903 Lima, turning left crosswind, burn it, 19.
A little steep. There you go. It's okay. We're adding real world here. Mother Nature, winds, thermals.
Taking Alpha 17 for right traffic, Taylor.
Burn it, traffic, Garmin 903 Lima, turning left downwind, 19, burn it.
Burnett traffic, CIrrus N713MP Papa's holding 8 miles east of the airport at 4,000 over Kala. Burnett traffic.
Woo! There we go.
Getting blown around.
You got it, you got it. All about that scan. You have to get your eyeballs back to be adjusted for the rule we're flying a little bit here. Beautiful.
Taylor traffic, helicopter 860 Victor Alpha on a downwind for 17, will be simulated engine failure to the numbers, Taylor.
See, so you went up for about a minute. Which means we're going to be too long on this inbound leg.
Cleveland traffic, Hawker 279 Charlie Fox on an extended right base for 15 Cleveland.
All right, go ahead and turn. Yeah, should about 15 seconds too fast. So the 45 seconds actually really did work on that outbound leg.
About 3 miles, turn in final.
Burn it, traffic, Garmin 903 Lima, turning left base, 19, burn it.
All right, standard rate turn all the way through to the right here. I want you to maintain 4,000 and then track that new GPS course right there.
Hello traffic, helicopter 860 Victor Alpha is on right base. We'll be doing simulated engine failure south.
Standard rate. There should be about 20 degrees of bank, usually for standard rate.
traffic, Grumman 939 Lima, turning final 19, touch and go, burn it.
Kilo traffic, helicopter 60, Victor Alpha, final 17, simulating to Kilo 1000 for marking Kilo traffic.
Traffic, 551 over Alpha. 7 to the east, we'll be transitioning over the field to the west at 3000, Lockhart.
Alright. Alright. Once you go direct to Daegu, I've already loaded it in for you. Let's go ahead and fly to intercept your course line.
Okay.
We'll go to Daegu.
Runway 11, clear for takeoff.
Runway 11, clear for takeoff, 3 takeoff. Two 7 Golf, I do have you in sight. Now look, you pick however fast you want to cruise. But the idea is sometimes if you're not ready for the approaches, give yourself the most time possible. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and listen to COM 2 real quick.
Okay.
Get the weather for Georgetown. Yep.
33 Celsius. Dew point
6 number 1.
14 Celsius.
Miss contact, you have ATIS information, Golf.
Georgetown Tower, Starling 6400, hold short 1.
Georgetown Airport, ATIS information, Hotel Tom 1653 Zulu weather, winds 200 at 9, visibility 10, sky conditions clear. Temperature 34, dew point 16, altimeter 30. Approaching Newsline, departing runway 18. Use caution, better dodger is in effect. VFR aircraft, bias ground control, departure intentions. All aircraft quiet engine run up, bias ground control prior to taxi. Notice, Airman, construction crane, 0.7 nautical miles northeast of the airport, operating at 250 feet AGL. 5G NOTAM. Next contact, you have ATIS information, Hotel. Georgetown Airport, ATIS information, Hotel Tom 1653 Zulu weather, winds 200 at 9, visibility 10, sky conditions clear. Temperature 34, dew point 16, altimeter 3002. Visual approaching Newsline, departing
002. Georgetown Tower, CIrrus N713MP Papa has a request.
CIrrus N713 Mike Papa, Georgetown Tower, go ahead.
Yes, sir, we're about 18 miles to the northwest of the field. Looking for the practice approach starting from Daegu for the RNAV 18 approach for a full stop with hotel and no radar services needed.
CIrrus N713 Mike Papa, maintain VFR, squawk 0615, report final approach fix.
615. Alright, maintain VFR, report final approach fix, squawk 0615, 713 Mike Papa.
Skyline 080, contact Austin departure, good day.
Going departure, have a good day, sir.
Alright, so we're going to go to flight plan. Alright, so we're going to go to Daegu. We're going to stay here at 4,000, so this call would have been, so with about Papa, you know, what approach do you want? Hey, I want to do the RNAV 18 approach starting from Daegu for a full stop with hotel. Roger, when able, direct Daegu, maintain 4,000. Okay. with this here to help you not get unstabilized more than once, looking for that glide slope because it will come down here eventually for you on your VDI or your vertical descent indicator. Right now you're 5 miles roughly southwestish of Daegu. Kind of looking at the back here of the compass. 4,000 looks good. So the next call is going to be 73 Mile Papa, cross Daegu at 4,000. You're cleared the RNAV 18 approach into Georgetown.
Georgetown Tower, clear track 519, holding short 18 Alpha, ready for departure.
Clear track 519, Georgetown Tower, hold short 118.
Holding short 18, clear track 519.
Georgetown Tower, clear track 102, confirming left to right traffic.
Clear track 102, make left traffic, report midfield.
Left traffic, report midfield, clear track 102.
Clear track 519, runway 18, cleared for takeoff, proceed on course.
Clear for takeoff, 18, proceeding on course, clear track 519.
Georgetown Tower, clear track 102, can we see if we can get a short approach?
Track 102, short approach for runway 18, clear for the option.
A mile to go. Bugger heading here because it says Bugger 090.
Tango, holding short of runway 18.
Maybe some kind of guidance there.
1 Tango, just there, no delay departure roll, runway 18, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 18, no delay.
Once you get within the approach, just maintain 120.
Clear track 519, contact Dallas departure 127.22.
Nice. There you go, standard rate.
Clear track 519, Georgetown Tower.
Please repeat, clear track 519.
Clear track 519, turn left on course, contact Dallas departure 127.22, 2722.
Turning left on course, clear track 519, we'll contact Austin approach. Thank you.
Alright, you've passed Daegu. You can then now descend down to 3,100. Put 3,100 here in your altitude select button.
Tower 33 Golf is passing the final approach fix.
33 Golf, runway 18, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 33 Golf.
Looks pretty good for fuel.
Yeah. Alright, we're going to stay here at 3,100 until we fly into the glide slope.
Yep.
Now it's here peaking above you, so it means we're beneath it. Now usually I'll do 1 dot deflection, which just means when the little the diamond gets right here on this first dot right here, I'll begin to configure for flaps 50 and you can do your GUMPS checklist there if you'd like.
Okay.
Vertical track.
There we go. Good.
CIrrus N Tower, Clear Track 102, requesting short approach if able.
Clear Track 102.
Step your rate and a little bit of rudder if you need it.
Clear for the option.
About 20 degrees of bank.
CIrrus N Tower, this is helicopter 860 Victor Alpha. We are 5 miles to the southeast, requesting a east ramp arrival with information.
Helicopter 860 Victor Alpha, CIrrus N Tower, east ramp arrival approved.
We'll maintain 3,100.
East ramp arrival approved, 860 Victor Alpha.
I can go down to 2,400, right?
No, just stay here, 3,100.
Oh, okay.
Just stay here. With the GPS, it's very unlikely for you to get a false glide slope. You're also beneath it. Not like an ILS system. So maintain 3,100. Use about 2 miles to start coming down. You'll see it. Even though it's not a solid purple diamond, we're still going to follow it per se, so get stuff configured wherever it hits certain points. All right.
So you want me to go ahead and add in flaps or no?
Nope, not yet.
Not till it comes in?
Yep, so it comes right here, and that's first dot above.
Okay.
Now you can power back to about 40%. Now you can go flaps 50.
CIrrus N Tower, Clear Track 102 is going around.
Then we're going to follow the diamond down.
Beach touches, soft crosswind for downwind.
The diamond should be right here in the middle of these two, that little line right here. That's where it should be.
Now we're 33 Golf on downwind, requesting touch and go.
Touch 33 Golf, runway 18, clear touch and go.
If you do this right, you should be crossing the final approach fix at 2,400 feet.
Okay.
Glide slope is alive. And to go slot purple, would then be active for you. Do our best to maintain 100 knots.
Any chance we can get another short approach, Clear Track 102?
Clear Track 102, on request, we may have to go ahead and fly runway heading for now.
Oh, runway heading for now, Clear Track 102.
There we go. Got a half mile to go and you're almost on 2,400 feet. Should be go slot purple here pretty soon. Georgetown Tower, CIrrus 713 Mike Papa, crossing final approach fix.
CIrrus 3 Mike Papa, follow Duchess, base to final, number 2, runway 18, clear land.
Looking for that traffic, number 2, runway 18, clear to land, 713 Mike Papa.
Altitude.
All right. We're descending anyway, so we're good. A little too fast for your airspeed, so just knock off like a 10%. There you go. Nice gradual steps. Now the closer you get, it's going to get more sensitive, so small corrections go a long way. If you see it deviating, little nose up, little nose down for that glide slope. A little bit of aileron left or right to track that lateral guidance there.
Starting crosswind, clear check 1 and 2.
There we go. You're pitching for 100 and using that power to capture that glide slope to maintain a nice, good, consistent rate down. All right, 1640 for 1040.
Touch 23 golf, fly, runway heading.
If you get beneath it, just fly straight and then follow it back down. All right, 1540 for 1040. 1440 for 1040, so 400 feet above minimums. Yep, small power adjustments. 300 feet above minimums. Right, take off your foggles.
Touch 33 golf, follow Cherokee, heading to your left, downwind.
There we go. There's your runway.
Follow Cherokee, 33 golf.
Now this far out, feel free to do more flaps. Just make sure you're under 100 before you go flaps. Sorry, under 110 for flaps 10.
Flaps.
Wrong airplane, my bad.
Check 102, Robinson helicopter over the interstate for the east ramp arrival, low level, use caution.
Minimums.
Roger,
Minimums.
check 1 and 2.
Check 102, additional traffic, CIrrus, short final, full stop. Number 2, runway 18, clear for the option, short approach crew.
Clear for the option, number 2, clear track 1 and 2.
Be about 80 knots.
Altitude.
Alright, gonna chop that power back. Let her float for a little bit. She's a little fast. A little bit of right foot. A little bit of right rudder. Protect that nose. It may not make runway 11.
Mike Papa, turn left 11 or 29, can I go?
Make it right on 29 and we'll contact ground 7 map Papa.
Touch 23 golf, follow the Cherokee.
Nicely done.
Runway 18, clear for the option.
Yeah, a little bit of right foot in that land there. We have a little bit of a left crosswind there.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Alright, we'll stop right here. And he said contact ground. Once you're in this little black part of the runway, you're kind of out of the area. It's about 1,000 RPM. There we go. Then after landing checklist. After landing, there we go.
We'll go 50, right?
Yeah, that'll work.
Transponder.
Nope.
Oops.
If you hold this in here for 3 seconds, it'll put it back to 1200 for you.
Okay.
There we go.
Didn't know that. Lights.
All right, I already have ground here for you to swap the frequencies. We're on runway 11 and we taxi back to Genesis. This is ground.
Okay. Short-term ground, CIrrus, November 713, Mike Papa on runway 11. Like to taxi back to Genesis.
CIrrus 713, Mike Pop, Georgetown ground, taxi straight ahead, right, Juliet to Genesis.
Straight ahead, right to Juliet to Genesis, 713, Mike Papa. Well, obviously I'm a little rusty.
We found you, well actually we found your Achilles heel. It's just your scan.
Yeah.
So whenever you go home, your homework is, once you wear your foggles when you mess with that damn flight simulator.
Yeah.
Kind of train your eyeballs.
It's so much easier in the simulator though, because I don't have all the the updrafts and stuff that I'm feeling in the aircraft, which is a little more distracting, right?
It can be, but honestly, having the simulator helps you get the flows down and your scan down without having to fight the thermals or fight the winds. You can get a lot of the good bases, because a lot of IFR flying, honestly, is just getting used to everything on the ground. The procedures, when to do certain things, what to look for, how to get things programmed for it. Then you learn that basis, then you go apply it in the real world of flying. Then you already had your scan, you already know when you should be doing certain things, which helps alleviate a lot of the task load.